What a game in the Coppa Italia. Inter Milan beating AC Milan by 2-1. Zlatan scoring, Zlatan getting sent off, Lukaku with the penalty, and then Christian Eriksen in the 98th minute in injury time, scoring what proved to be the winning free kick. Let's welcome in Alejandro Moreno and Matteo Bonetti to the show. Ali, what a cup tie this was.
Yes, it was. And it was one cup tie, the red card, and then a different cup tie after the red card. This is what I would say about Zlatan. When he gets involved with Romelu Lukaku, he had nothing to do with the play. It was a foul by Romagnoli down the right-hand side, but then the back and forth starts, and headbutting, and the thing, and this and that, and the posturing, and Romelu Lukaku telling Zlatan that I'll wait for you inside, and we could hear in the microphone. The thing that I don't quite understand is, are they really going to fight? No. Huh? They're not really going to fight, are they? And so why are we getting caught up in all of this? And I'm thinking Lukaku has no business getting caught up in this. Zlatan, I think, is kind of playing Lukaku here. But in the end, he kind of played himself because he gets himself a yellow card just as Lukaku does. And what happens is that the game changes right at the moment in which Zlatan Ibrahimovic is sent off and with a red card. And at that point, it was hang on and hang on and hang on. Milan. The moment that Lukaku takes a penalty kick and scores and it's 1-1, it was only a matter of time. In fact, it was actually surprising that it took so long for Inter to score that second goal. Give credit to Tatarusano, who I thought was excellent, but Milan had no real outlet, no option in keeping the ball. They had no chance whatsoever in withholding Inter, and in the end, I think Inter go through, and deservedly so.
It was interesting, wasn't it, Matteo? Because at half-time, you thought, wow, Zlatan's really got under Lukaku's skin here. Let's see what's going to happen in the second half, how Lukaku's going to react. But in the end, it's Zlatan who does something stupid and gets sent off. Very much the villain of the piece in the end.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous as well from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He had no reason to charge in from behind. Soft yellow, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just don't give the referee even any reason to make that call. There was actually Brahim Diaz there who was about to put in a challenge from behind. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic, as Ali said correctly, had no business getting into it with Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku was actually nervous at first because of the physical challenge from Alessio Romagnoli. And then there's been some words picked up by the media already of what Ibrahimovic exactly said. There was a clarification and a confirmation that Lukaku was angry about comments about his mother going into the tunnel. So some heated words, but not really the sort of professionalism that you would expect in the end from the leader of the team and someone in Zlatan Ibrahimovic who has actually done really well in that role so far.
It's taken a year, but finally Christian Eriksen makes an impact, Matteo.
Yeah, and what a moment for him. Honestly, there isn't any player who needed this any more than Christian Eriksen at Inter. He has hardly been on the pitch. When he has, he's been subbed in the 90th minute. Once upon a time, this guy was one of the best midfielders, attacking midfielders in European football. So to see him marginalized and so far out of the project, I think is an absolute shock because he's a kind of player that Inter didn't really have before. Now he's coming in, he's playing as a deep-lying playmaker, which he's never done in his career. So I think Inter just saying, right, we're paying this guy €7.5 million a season. We have to find a way to get some pennies out of him since no one can take on this massive contract. He comes in out of position, gets a chance for the winner in the 97th minute, and a brilliant free kick. That's exactly what Tottenham fans saw from so many years from Christian Eriksen. So you have to feel great for the guy. It's been a long time coming.
Ali, I thought what was telling very much at the end were the celebrations from Inter. You could see how much, obviously, beating AC Milan meant to them, but the manner of the victory as well, coming so dramatically late on. You just feel, and a lot of people feel already, that Inter are favourites to win the league, obviously their main priority this season, that these sort of matches can continue to bond this group.
And it's so interesting, and I go back to the red card by Zlatan. Up until that point, the narrative would have been, this is the sort of match that would have given Milan the confidence to know that they can go on and do this thing. Win Serie A, win the title, win Coppa Italia. Because these are the sort of matches that validate the sort of work that you've been pulling off up until this point. Then the red card happens, and the storyline changes, and then the narrative changes. And now it's Inter that you can say, what character, what temperament, what strength. They showed us something that they didn't show us in the past. You see Lukaku score, you see Christian Eriksen coming off the bench. By the way, I'll say this about Christian Eriksen. He came on the game in the 88th minute. It's not like Antonio Conte was saying, all right, we're going to lean on this guy to make the difference. In fact, I would also say that Antonio Conte sees the ball go in, he celebrates, and then in the back of his mind, oh no, do I have to play this guy again? Do I have to put him in the field now? Is that what this means? The truth is that this sort of match for Inter, yes, goes a long way in pushing this team forward. Not only in what they do in terms of the scoreline and in terms of advancing in the competition, but what they do in terms of what happens inside that locker room and understanding. Look, we had a letdown last weekend, but we are the stronger team here. We have the inside path, the inside track to winning this whole thing. And it's up to us if we deliver with the sort of players that we have, with the sort of talent that we have, with the sort of experience that we have, we should win this title. Not only am I talking about Coppa Italia, bigger picture, I am talking about Serie A, and I think that's what Inter is going after.
Where does this leave Milan, Matteo?
I think it drops Milan right back down to earth. We were wondering, could they do what they did really since the post-lockdown era, where they went undefeated from March up until that loss against Juventus a few weeks ago. And really in the second half of the season, with the injuries, the COVID coming with positive cases throughout the Milan lineup, it was unrealistic for them to continue what really seemed like a massive overreach, a massive overachievement. Remember, before the season, I think a lot of Milan fans would have signed on the dotted line just for the fourth place. So Scudetto talks were completely out of the picture. I think Inter are the favorites to win the Scudetto. They have no European football to focus on midweek and get the players tired and potential injuries in what already is the most congested calendar of all time. And they have the deeper squad. And I think 10 days ago, whatever it was against Juventus, that was the best version of Inter. We didn't quite get that now, but we got this, a team that seems to believe and a team that seems to have gotten over that crazy situation where Conte was insulting the referees and getting banned from a few days ago. It's strange because I can't think of another side, Dan, that maybe will win the Scudetto, that the manager's been this criticized and the team has been this criticized for their style of play. Listen, it might not be the most beautiful, but if they get it done and if they win the Scudetto, it's still a massively successful season.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.